build on the achievements of previous hostings towards peace, cooperation, shared progress, and prosperity. The country's hosting is likewise most opportune as the ASEAN will be celebrating the 50 years of the ASEAN Treaty of Amity and Cooperation, which embodies universal principles of peaceful coexistence and friendly cooperation among the ASEAN member states. Thank you, Your Honors. And at this point, let me inform the Chairman that Assistant Executive Secretary Marvin Cañero will present our proposed budget.
Thank you, Executive Secretary Bersamin. We recognize ASEC Cañero.
Good morning, Your Honors. The Office of the President is honored to present the highlights and details of our proposed budget. Based on the National Expenditure Program as evaluated by the Department of Budget and Management, the approved proposed budget of the Office of the President for fiscal year 2026 is 27,362,355,000. This is 72.19% higher than the approved budget for fiscal year 2025. The increase is attributed to the higher requirements of the Philippines hosting of the ASEAN summits and other related meetings. To further highlight the trends, Your Honors, allow us to present the dimensions of our proposed budget by providing the breakdown by allotment class and appropriation source. We'll also compare the approved budget as indicated in the 2026 NEP with the 2025 GAA, and we will also underscore significant variances. First off, we have here the breakdown of our proposed budget by allotment class. For personal services requirements, the approved allocation is 1.82 billion, representing 7% of our proposed budget. For maintenance and other operating expense, or MOOE, the approved allocation is 24.82 billion pesos, equivalent to 91% of our total approved proposed budget. And for capital outlay, we requested 720,503,000, or 2% of our approved proposed budget. In terms of appropriation source, under the new appropriations, we have 27.28 billion pesos, or 99.72%, while for automatic appropriations, we requested 75,920,000, or 0.28 of the total requested appropriation. To better appreciate our proposed budget, we have here a comparative matrix of the 2025 GAA vis-a-vis the 2026 NEP. We want to underscore, Your Honors, that for 2025 GAA, our approved budget under the Office regular programs is 10.44 billion pesos, while we only recommended 9.73 billion pesos under the 2026 NEP. For locally funded project, which is again the hosting of the Philippines for the ASEAN Summit and other related meetings, under the 2025 GAA, the approved budget is 5.4 billion pesos, while we requested 17.55 billion pesos. Notably, under the regular programs of the Office of the President, there is a decrease by 6.82%, or 712,735,000. For the locally funded project, there's an increase by 12.15 billion pesos, or 225% increase. The adjustments in the proposed amounts in the 2026 NEP vis-a-vis the 2025 GAA are further shown in these comparative variances. For personal services, there's an increase by 36.88%, or 469,974,000. And in this table, Your Honors, we have presented under the remarks column the reasons for such increase. For maintenance and other operating expenses, The increase is attributed to the operational requirements of the Philippine hosting of the ASEAN summits and related meetings. The increase is 90.87% or 11.81 billion pesos. For capital outlay, there is a decrease by 54.04% or 847,182,000. The decrease is due to lesser projects requiring capital expenditures, both for regular programs as well as the locally funded project. For the automatic appropriations, the provisions for retirement and life insurance premiums increased by 27.33%, while pensions, the provisions for 2025 and 2026 are of the same level. So all in all, there is an increase by 72.02%. That would be all, Your Honors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ASEC. And we recognize our Majority Leader, Senator Mig Zubiri. Morning, Senator Zubiri. Next to present is Secretary Elaine Masukat of the Presidential Management Staff.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Senator. Good morning to the members of this committee. For 55 years, the Presidential Management Staff has faithfully supported 8 presidents by providing technical assistance and staff support in managing the country's development process. To continue fulfilling our mandate, we humbly propose a budget of 882,573,000 for fiscal year 2026, or just 0.0130% of the total year's proposed national budget. This also reflects a slight 1.14% increase from our 2025 allocation, keeping us within historical budget levels. This amount will enable us to deliver our major final outputs, including the preparation of briefers and decision inputs for the presidency, the monitoring and facilitation of presidential directives, priorities and public concerns, and the management of presidential engagements, as well as provision of cabinet secretariat support. We respectfully seek your consideration of the Presidential Management Staff's proposed budget, and following the President's directive, we commit to the judicious and prudent use of public funds entrusted to us. We will defer to the wisdom of this body. Thank you, Mr. Chair. With your permission, we turn it over to Director Karen Feble for the highlights of our proposal. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Secretary Masukat. We recognize Director Feble.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning po. So this presentation will cover the physical and financial performance of the Presidential Management Staff since 2024 and the fiscal year 2026 PMS National Expenditure Program. Through the years, the PMS has continued to provide quality outputs in support of the presidency. Shown on the screen are the highlights of the agency's accomplishments in 2024. Next slide, please. Thank you. The PMS first MFO, thank you. So the PMS first MFO is vital in providing decision inputs for the presidency. So for 2024, we submitted a total of 2,612 briefers, talk points, speeches, memoranda, letters, reports, and other papers. As to our second MFO, where we monitored and facilitated presidential directives and priorities, we referred 11,576 requests to appropriate agencies and updated 283 presidential priority programs. For the management of presidential engagements, which is our MFO3, we carried out 1,273 nominations for presidential appointments and provided support for the 573 presidential engagements and meetings. So next, for the financial performance of the PMS for fiscal year 2024, we received a total allotment of 1.5 billion. And of the said amount, we incurred obligations in the total amount of 917 million. And we dispersed a total amount of 785 million. This brings the PMS to achieve a 59.74 obligations BUR and 85.62 disbursements BUR. For the physical performance of the PMS for this year as of August 31. This includes 1,599 briefers, talk points, speeches, reports, letters, memoranda, and other papers, and 6,469 requests referred to appropriate agencies. And it also includes 2,276 presidential directives monitored, and finally, 238 presidential engagements and meetings. So for our financial performance for this year, as of end of August, we received a total allotment of 1.2 billion, and of this amount, we incurred obligations in the amount of 555 million, and disbursed a total amount of 449 million. Again, so the obligations BUR of the PMS as of end August is 45%, and disbursements BUR at 81%. Going now to our 2026 NEP. The PMS proposed a total budget of 882 million pesos and 573,000. This is again 1.14% higher than the PMS fiscal year 2025 NEP and GAA in the amount of 872 million and 659,000 pesos. Per appropriation source, the fiscal year PMS NEP is broken down as follows: 97% or 854 million for agency-specific budget, and 3% or 28 million for retirement and life insurance premium. And per allotment class, 38% or 338 million for personal services, and 60% or 523 million for maintenance and other operating expenses, and the remaining 2% is for a capital outlay in the amount of 20 million. Ayun po. Thank you po. That ends our presentation po.
Thank you, Director Peble. 2026 will be a big year for our country, considering that it will be an honor for us to be the or to get back the chairmanship of ASEAN. And with that chairmanship also comes with big responsibilities. I understand that if you are the chairman, you will also be the host of the ASEAN Summit. And ASEAN is now considered one of the fastest growing regions in the whole world, growing at around 4.6%. Has one of the youngest populations in the whole world, averaging median age of about 30 years old. Matanda na tayo, Senator Zubiri. No? And a population of about 680 million residents in the whole ASEAN. So being the chairman of ASEAN is really an honor, privilege, and also a challenge, no? Because we'll be hosting the ASEAN Summit. With that, maybe get a update on how are we preparing for this summit that will be hosted here in the Philippines, and what are the challenges we are facing, and how the Senate can help overcome those challenges. What we want is to demonstrate to the whole world. This is also a way of exhibiting the Philippines and the beauty of our country. So we would want to support the preparations team in order to make sure that all of the necessary preparatory activities will be covered. No? So we recognize Yusek Roy.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Thank you for that. For the preparation for the ASEAN, we actually constituted a national organizing committee, and it is functioning very well. We are on track of our obligations and our calendared activities in preparation for our hosting for next year. The main support that we would like to request, of course, for the Congress is for the budget for the 2026 hosting, because the activity entails a lot of things for us. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
When will the summit actually happen? The chairmanship will be the hosting of the summit. When will it happen?
Mr. Chair, the hosting of the summit includes the 2 ASEAN summits as required by the ASEAN Charter. So the first one will be in May, and the second summit, which is a bigger summit, will be in October or November. There are various other ministerial and sub-technical working group meetings between those two big summits. And as for our counting right now, we have about 646 meetings scheduled for ASEAN 2026.
And how many normally dinadaluhan to ng mga heads of state, and that's really the most complicated portion of the of hosting a summit, because these heads of state normally demands a lot of security, a lot of logistical requirements. They bring their own planes, they bring their own security. So how many heads of state are we expecting to join us here in the Philippines?
For the first summit, Mr. Chair, we have about 11 heads of state. That already includes, I think, East Timor. And for the second summit, which is the bigger summit, we have a core partners with ASEAN, about 21 heads of state, but that might actually increase depending on who the president would like to invite additionally for the second summit.
Actually, in the run up to the summit, how many meetings do you usually have? Alam ko, this is really a very it's almost a full-time job, no, to prepare. But how many typically are the preparatory meetings that you conduct?
Mr. Chair, as we speak, actually, there's been a lot of meetings already for the ODGO, which is the operations office of the ASEAN. So this is outside of the indicated 646 meetings in total for the formal ASEAN hosting. So actually we could not count how many meetings we
Pero marami yan,
conducted,
no?
pero ang dami ho, sir. Kasi mga big meetings, small meetings to thresh out all the problems and all the difficulties and challenges, and also the commitments that we want to deliver for the ASEAN.
Yeah. Senator Zubiri is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe we were supposed to have a new venue, pero hindi nahabol, no? Hindi mahabol. Yusek, sa reclamation, we were supposed, because I saw the design, I actually got to meet the architect and he showed me the design. It's a beautiful design. Pero I don't know, kaya pa ba mahabol yan or wala na?
Mr. Chair, actually the proposed venue is still the PICC. The one that is supposedly being proposed as additional venue, yung PIEC. Well, we wanted to have that also sana, so that there's a new area, a new venue for our events. But in case hindi siya mahabol, we still have the PICC as default for those meetings. So I think we're still covered, Your Honor.
And what are the challenges, Yusek Roy, that you are encountering? I'm sure very challenging to, no? Because of the logistical requirements and all the other requirements hosting this type of summits. But what type of challenges are you facing? But I'm sure you will overcome the challenges, no? Because ang aga mag-prepare, no? And that's, I think, the key. Early preparation is the key to overcoming those challenges. But just out of to give us additional knowledge, what are the challenges that the preparatory team is facing?
I think, Mr. Chair, the more novel one is about cybersecurity, because it's a new thing for us. In 2017, there's not much talk about cybersecurity, but for this upcoming summit, it's something new. So we have to basically be able to show to the world that we can host this without any glitch, and we're hoping that the summit will not have any we will not be cyber attacked or something, because that would be a big embarrassment for our country. Aside from, of course, the traditional challenges of hosting a lot of state leaders, we have to secure them. At the same time, operationally, we have to be able to prep our cities that will host those meetings. So that's a big challenge also for us.
And with the budget that being requested, those challenges can be overcome?
We hope so, sir. So we really seek support for the budget for the ASEAN hosting for 2026.
Well, in my opinion, this is an event not only not only it will benefit not only it will benefit the president, but also benefit the entire country. Every Filipino will benefit from hosting this ASEAN summit in the Philippines. It will showcase our country, and a lot of visitors will come and will see the beauty of our country. Of course, the potential of our country, because a lot of investors will also come to the Philippines to look at opportunities. And this is really a good opportunity for us to showcase the potential of the Philippines. And the Philippines being one of the founders of ASEAN, bringing it back to the Philippines is also very symbolic. No? So I fully support the team, Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, of course, Yusek Cervantes, and Secretary Elaine Masukat. I know that you are working triple time, to make sure that this summit will be fully prepared, and we will be very ready to welcome the 21 plus, no? Kasi minsan may mga ibang heads of state coming, 21 plus heads of state coming to the Philippines. Malaking bagay yan para sa atin. Will President Trump come to the Philippines? Last time he was here, no? Yeah, last time he was here. So November pa naman yun, October, November. So I think he'll probably decide towards the end. No? So with that, we recognize Senator Erwin Tulfo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
By tradition, Mr. Chair, we usually welcome the budgets of the OP, PMS with open arms and support. And by tradition, we usually approve it, Mr. Chairman. And maybe with the motion earlier, actually requested by Senator Erwin Tulfo, baka pwede pa sila madagdagan, lalo na they'll be hosting the ASEAN Summit this 2026. No? Baka we can help them, lalo na sinabi nga ni Senator Tulfo would be recognized.
Yes,
Yes, Senator Tulfo is recognized.
thank you, Mr. Chair. Like, I came in, you were talking about the cybersecurity, probably in that aspect, because we will be holding the ASEAN Summit next year. So in preparation, maybe, I don't know which agency that would be, but it falls under what agency. Pero yung, what is important is that because there will be heads of the states coming over. So might as well, my suggestion is probably to add some funds for cybersecurity under the Office of the President, for the protection also, and for intelligence gathering before, during, and after the event, Mr. Chair.
And with that, Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the budgets of the OP, PMS. Sino pa ba yung nakapresent? Yeah, OP and the PMS. And thank Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin for his time this morning. And more power to all of you. Thank you.
Is there objections? Hearing none, there being no objection, the budgets of the Office of the President and the Presidential Management Staff, duly seconded by Senator Erwin Tulfo. There being no objections, the budgets of the Office of the President, the Presidential Management Staff are now deemed submitted for the plenary's consideration, subject to the discussions and the submissions of documents requested by senators. So maraming salamat, ES and Secretary Masukat. And
Close the budget, yes.
recognize Senator Lauren Legarda.
I